No.
There it is.
Here we go. We're
Good
live.
morning.
Hey,
Good
Rebecca,
morning.
it's so good to see you and everybody out there watching this morning. We're just going to jump right in. We've got a lot of energy, even though it's the end of the week. It's Friday. I think we were just discussing Hair Day, and but you know what? It's been a week full of fabulous, fabulous adventures, and I'm getting ready for the Dam road trip to start again in North Dakota on the 19th. I did a little walkabout. Hey, there we go. I have a damn plan. Well, I have a damn plan too. And we are ready to promote not just the damn plan, but entrepreneurship, rural growth, inspiration, working together, all of that. Rebecca and I are so ready to do this. So I'm happy to see you here today, Rebecca, and to be able to share more about what we're going to do on August 19th in Oaks, North Dakota at Growing Small Towns and all of that. I'm just excited to see it. And I'm so happy you were representing the whole damn plan thing and really promoting this idea of we can do this. We can do this.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, okay. So maybe I should I introduce myself? Do you want me to do that?
Yes, absolutely.
So people know who I am.
Yeah.
So
it's Friday. Forgive me. It's Friday.
You can't screw this up as far as I'm
overriding the brain at the moment. So,
you're good.
Rebecca, would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I can. So my name is Rebecca Undem, and I'm the founder and executive director of a nonprofit organization in Southeast North Dakota called Growing Small Towns. And I am sitting in my newly renovated co-working event and business training and arts center. Like, it's a multi-use space designed to support any sort of workshop or education opportunity that helps us grow. So there's an art and cultural component to it, but of course a business development component to it, and then good old personal development, which always, anything you take on, whether it's trying to create something new as an artist or just painting something for the first time, right? Or you're a business owner and you're going to try to pivot your business, right? Or create a different stream of revenue, let's say. All of those things require you as a person to come along for the ride. So it's not that personal development is this separate weird thing. It's just what happens while you're pursuing things, right? So I wanted that to be a focus because I think and this again is a philosophy, I guess, of mine. But I think these 7 counties that we serve in Southeast North Dakota, we don't want to lose population. So we need to attract enough people back here that it keeps up with the death rate. I mean, that sounds like a super morbid thing to say, but people, that's a natural evolution of community. People pass away. So I don't want us to lose population, but I'm not trying to make our small towns big. I want to help us build the capacity of the people that are already here. Because if we love our small towns, other people will look to our small towns as potential places to not just live, but visit. And come and see. And I just believe I believe that's part of the future of economic development for rural communities too. So that's me. That's where we're at. And this is where we'll be hosting, Kim, next week with the North Dakota Women's Business Center event. And so I'm so excited to talk to everybody about that because I can hold like 200 people in this space. So why not do that and fill it up? 200's maybe shooting a little high. I get it, but it's a great opportunity. So
It is. And, you know, I think you expressed in so many words why spaces like Growing Small Towns is so important, why keeping this energy of can-do spirit, entrepreneurial spirit, why that's so important. And it's not about growing huge and big and being something we're not. It's about cherishing and being able to work and love where we live. I think that is in today's environment, with the technologies we have, with our ability, with just the way we connect across all platforms, rural, urban, international, national, state, regional, we can be anywhere and work. I'm proof positive of that.
Right.
I am sitting here in Bemidji, Minnesota right now in another fabulous co-working space, coming to you in Oaks, North Dakota, and I actually live in the Minneapolis area. So I'm on the damn road trip, like I said, and having the opportunity to visit multiple small towns. And when I first started this work 30 years ago, supporting entrepreneurs, uh, these technologies, this ability, this way of thinking was not there.
Exactly.
Not there. And it's for people like you, Rebecca, that we are, we're growing this. We're actually growing not just small towns, but we're growing the idea of what work is. And really that is what the DAM plan is all about. But we're going to be hosting the, along with me coming, and I'll tell you a little bit more in a minute about what I'm going to be talking about. But tell us, do you want to share the North Dakota Women's Business Center library and what they're going to be sharing?
Yeah, so I'm really excited about this, and I'll share that. I asked them to add Kim to the agenda because, okay, so there's a couple things. So the North Dakota Women's Business Center, they offer free business consulting and advising. So they can help people in every stage of business. Whether you're a startup and you need a business plan, they will help you with business planning. And I'm going to say, as an economic developer in my community, I'm not paid enough and I don't have enough time to sit and do a full-on business plan with every person that needs help. But I want to connect them to the resources, right? I think as much of my job, most of my job is knowing who to ask and getting the help, right? So the North Dakota Women's Business Center, they've been doing these services for a long time. I've never seen them in Oaks. Right? And this isn't a slam to the North Dakota Women's Business Center. We've had very honest conversations, but that's the other thing with our space. And this is to inspire anybody else in a small town, right? If you want those services, create a space and a way for that to happen and then invite them. That's what you have to do. So the Women's Business Center, they're going to eventually do monthly, they'll have office hours in my space. So we'll have kind of like a satellite location of the North Dakota Women's Business Center once a month in Oaks. So knowing that partnership was in place anyway, over COVID, the North Dakota Women's Business Center got some grant money to create virtual support, which again, like, I can't stress enough that, well, and I'm sure you feel this way too. I can't wait to hear what you think about this. But if you have a business idea, you are the only thing standing in your way. There are so freaking many resources, and there's no good excuse. Truly, like, you can figure this out, but you need to know, you need to know who to ask and you need to know where to go. And so the Women's Business Center put together what they call a virtual library filled with resources. It's got videos, there's some templates. And then not ironically, it's planned. Kim, you are one of the big contributors of that content. And I thought, well, how cool would it be because so the group, the business center, the Women's Business Center, they're doing a road show as well. They're taking this virtual library and they're sharing it in other towns. And I was like, well, if I want people to drive here, let's make it a little more worth their while. I mean, it's great to hear about the virtual library, but I thought, how cool would it be if they could get actual face-to-face time with one of the primary contributors? And so that's why I reached out to Kim and I was like, you're doing your damn road show. Can we just like link these things together? And she was stoked and I was stoked. And so that's how it came about. And so I want to say one more thing about who should come. And then I want you to talk about what you're going to share with everybody. And then we'll make sure everybody gets everything they need to know. But the Women's Business Center doesn't only support women-owned businesses. I think that's a common misconception as well. We want anybody that is looking for additional support or ideas to either launch or grow or pivot or expand a business. They should come and enjoy not only the content, but this is where it's the connection, right? If we come together and we spark good connections with other people that are running businesses in our region, then me as the facilitator of this space will say, what do we need to do to continue this momentum? Do we need to do this every month? Should we have a regional entrepreneur roundtable once a month and we can come here? And if you can't be here, you do it virtually. Like, again, the options, they abound, but you're not going to figure it out until you put people in a room together. And so that's what next Thursday is about.
That is absolutely what next Thursday is about. And, oh, man, we sing each other's song. Let's just admit it. I'm a fan.
Right. We're soul sisters.
It's who we are. But and we truly do sing each. When you have an idea, when you have a business idea, I always joke with people, you wake up on Monday morning, you got this great idea of something you want, and the next thing you know, who do I need to talk to? Or the other solution is people just start trying to do it alone, and that's not the right way to go. Really, to reach out and start expanding your network, and really reaching out and inviting people to be part of your idea. I mean, that's what you did with Growing Small Towns. You invited people to be part of your idea, and it went from, what could have been just a small, minuscule space that you could do by yourself to this space,
right,
that includes so many people. And so it's a decision people need to make. But when you said, would you come over here? You know what I said? I said, well, sure. Yeah. I mean, that's just like you're singing my song over here. And so I had no problem. And it's a great way to start the next leg of the DAM road trip in Oaks, North Dakota, and to be able to present the DAM plan. And specifically, we're going to be talking about a really important topic.
Okay, yeah. Tell us all about it, because I think people need to hear exactly what it is they're going to get, for this extra time.
Well, I've said the DAM plan. We've showed you the shirt. We've showed you the cup.
Right.
DAM is an acronym. I'm going to hold off telling you exactly what the acronym is, because I want you to join in the program. But I'm going to tell you, it's all about finding freedom, love, and money in your business. All right. And I've owned 6 of my own businesses. I've coached thousands and helped start hundreds of small businesses. The one thing that people struggle with is staying in love with their business and getting paid their value. So the DAM plan is all about that. It is all about factoring your life into the business, factoring what you need into the business, so that you stay in love with the business, so that you are doing, when you're in love with your business, Rebecca, you are serving your clients at a level higher than you will ever serve them if you are just like, you hate it. I mean, right. Make the donuts again. You have to love your business. There's no excuses to that. It's just, you cannot change that.
Gosh, I don't want to steal any more of your thunder. I feel like I've already talked too much, but I want to say one thing to that. I think this is one of those things that you can't figure out how to run your business solely by mimicking or duplicating or copying what you see your competitors doing. Right? Like there's this weird thing. It's like that you follow gurus. Be your own damn guru. Be your own guru. Like you're the one that's going to have to run the business. You're the one that your family is going to be impacted by the amount of time and the way you design it. You get to design it. And I think that's the best part about what you teach. And I've promoted you. I've talked about you, that you, like I'm not a numbers person. I mean, I am in some respects, but like, it would be so easy. I went through years of just being like, I don't really know what and you talking to about like the importance of knowing what it is, like knowing your numbers and having a plan about that. And I know that it's exhausting, but that's why people need to come for the 90 minutes and at least get a few ideas about how this could be different. Right. And I'll figure it out if I just watch everybody else and do what they do. It doesn't work like that. It's your life.
It doesn't.
It's your business. So I love that you're.
There's 3 words I was taught by my mentor years ago. The smartest woman I've ever known, hands down. And she didn't have some fancy education. She didn't have all these other things to make her smart. She was street smart. She was on the ground. And she said, you are responsible. You are authorized and you are accountable. And she said, don't forget it. So when we are designing our businesses, that's the DAM plan. We're authorized, responsible, and accountable. I had them a little backwards, but you can mess them around all day long, but they're still the same thing. So as an entrepreneur myself, having run 6 of my own businesses and starting these other businesses, what you just said is it speaks. You shared my story in a way, because I spent a lot of time winging it. And it wasn't until I quit winging it and started doing my business by the numbers, by the facts, and facing the truth of my very real life and my very real wants and needs in my business, that I went from, and I'll tell you straight up, I went from being broke to having a business that I loved and being able to live life on my terms.
Right.
And when we talk about life on our terms, there's a whole lot of people out there on the internet and wherever else saying, you want to make $1 million today, you want to do this, you want to, follow my plan.
Time freedom.
But
time freedom, financial freedom. Yeah, I mean,
and
it's everybody wants that.
Everybody
wants that.
But does it fit you? Does it fit your life? It's a want because it's socially driven at us. But is it what makes our hearts sing? So when we get together on the 19th, we're going to hear about the North Dakota Women's Business Center and all the fabulous resources there. And then we're going to knuckle down at 1 o'clock, 1 to 2:30 for that 90-minute session. And I'm going to go over with you how to establish your value pay.
That's awesome.
To figure out your value pay, because a lot of people don't even know their value, whether it's intrinsic or monetarily, and then they have to believe it. And then we're going to do everything by the numbers. This is a numbers game. But
I'm super excited.
Also a head game. And then we're going to talk about two super, super important concepts of the DAM plan. I'll also tell you what the DAMN means, but we're going to talk about the two most important concepts, and that is willingness. What we just said, you might want to make $1 million, but are you willing to do what it takes? We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about how to determine that and how to really put that to work for you, not to make it a drag, not to send you back to the wherever, to the dump. We're going to face it. We're going to face these truths together and empower each other during this session to make it all happen. And then I'm going to help everyone build a kick-ass motivator. All right?
Cool.
Because Rebecca, I know that there are going to be days. This is a business. This is work. This is life, right? And there will be days. Now, don't tell me you didn't have a few of those days getting this facility up and running, because I know you were truthful and honest about them.
Oh, I am. I choose that because, and people be like, I've actually had people tell me, no one wants to hear about how hard things are. And I'm like, well, maybe not all the time, but I don't think that's how I approach anything. The whole thing is, even with the damn best plan, right? You're still going to have really shitty days and moments
out of your control.
Right. But that's life, man. Like, life is like that. And that's part of the growth that I'm so hell-bent on making sure people embrace, right? There's no toxic or false positivity going on here. We're talking about it from a real perspective. It's hard and it's challenging, but that's when the most character development comes. That's when you get to see what you're actually made of. And for me, I never feel better than when I get through something and I go, oh, damn, that was really hard. That was really hard.
When you say, damn, that was really hard, and you do what it takes to get you through it, you keep going even when it is hard. That makes that victory. It's like, let's call this a victory.
And you feel like a superhero. Like there's like this charge that comes and you're just like, oh, that was amazing.
It's going to be awesome. So you can tell everybody that is listening to this, thank you for joining us. And you can tell that Rebecca and I are truly, this is our game. This is what gigs us. We live, eat, sleep, and breathe this. And I have 3 very entrepreneurial kids. So I even get to, it's just my life, and I love it. I love every bit of it. And we really want to share this with the Oaks community and the communities around it. Now, don't be afraid to drive a little distance, because this is going to be worth your time. It's going to be, Oaks is a fabulous little place. I mean, there's going to be time on either end. You're going to be able to shop if you want to shop.
Yep.
I bought some fabulous clothes at Oaks.
Oaks has such great boutique.
Other things. Yeah, I mean, come explore. Get outside your comfort zone, come explore, come work on your business, come network with other people who are in this same space where they believe they are willing to do what it takes to grow their businesses for themselves, their families, and their communities. They're willing to step in. And even if you are not a business owner, I want to throw this out, because when I was in Grand Forks the other night with the North Dakota Women's Business Center at Strong Women, Strong Connections, there were champions in the room. They weren't entrepreneurs. They went around the room and said, "Oh, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not a business owner." I said, "Oh my gosh, we have champions in the room."
Right.
And we need champions. We need champions to help support those other business owners. So you, if you're listening, if you're a champion of entrepreneurship, if you're a champion of helping people find freedom, love, and money in their life, then come on over as well, because we need you. So let's tell them the dates and the times again, and make sure they know where they're going. And you can always connect with either Rebecca or I on Facebook, on wherever, and find out more about this program and what we're doing as individuals and together.
Right. So the event starts at noon, 12 noon, next Thursday, August 19th, and it'll run from, the program piece will run from noon to 3. But this, for me, when I think about people coming, and we're going to hang out as long as you need us to hang out. Because I think that my other angle with this, if there's an angle, it's to get you in the room and find out what you need. What do you need to be better supported? And then there's one more thing I want to say, because I sometimes think that a lot of what we're talking about sounds like it's only geared towards people just starting out. And I'm telling you, like, my Main Street business owners, any Main Street business owners in any of the small towns around us, this will benefit you as well. Because, last year was a really difficult year for all of our small business owners. And I swear, if nothing else, getting in a room and being able to say, that was stupidly hard, is okay. It's okay to have the space. We're creating that space to do that. And I think sometimes too, we get really myopic about what our business is, especially in our smaller towns. When you have a brick and mortar, you just think, well, this is it. I get what comes through the door. And there are so many opportunities, and we'll explore all of those with you. So I want to say that too. This is for, if you've been in business for 20 years, just come so we can give you a high five and say, thanks for still being here, But there's always something new that you can try or you can take on, and we want to help you do that. So all are welcome. Yeah. And you can email me directly. I'll drop my email.
Drop your email.
I'll just say it. It's director@growing-small-towns.org. If you have any questions.
We've put the Eventbrite registration in the chat, and we're all
free.
over Facebook.
You haven't even said it. It's free, and you get lunch.
And you get lunch. So it's you've got to come. I just say you need to come to this. If you're not the person that feels like they need to come, pass this on to other people. Let's create. Let's have a damn plan here and get this whole business program on the road. Let's help people build lives that they love, wherever it is they want to live. And that is just what we've got to do.
Absolutely.
I'm game doing it with you. So August 19th starts at noon. You're going to get lunch. We're going to talk about great resources available to women business owners in North Dakota. And as Rebecca said, it's not for women only. It just happens to be the name of the organization and the funding source. And then at 1, we're going to dig in with the damn plan, how to love your business and get paid your value. And you're going to walk away with some fabulous do it today tips, perhaps a change of mindset, perhaps, like Rebecca said, thinking outside of what you're doing and reframing it. If you've been in business for 2 days, if you're just starting, sort of kind of thinking of starting, or you've been in business for 20 years, this fits you. It is going to fit you and will be valuable to you. So I can't wait to hang with you for the day, and I will stay. I'm the last person to leave any event. If there's somebody wanting to talk about business, we'll sit and talk and pour another cup of coffee like all good Minnesotans do. Well, I guess I'm going to be in North Dakota, so we'll have to be in North Dakota. Minnesotans, we do this. We pour another half cup, please, and then we'll keep talking. Yeah. So we're going to do this. Thank you, Rebecca, for being here today.
Thank you. I wanted to say too, the address. You had asked the address. So
yes.
So I apologize. Again, we get talking. It's fine. You'll get all the details. So the address for it's Growing Small Towns. I don't think our logo and name will be up on the building at that point, but the address is clearly on the top, and it's 510 Main Avenue in Oaks, North Dakota, right on Main Street. I will tell you, if we've got people driving, there's a parking lot just around the corner. We'll share that graphic. I created a pretty decent graphic because there's not a lot of parking on Main Street. So there's a parking lot that we'll encourage you to park in. So come and see us. It's going to be such a great day. Kim, thank you. Thank you for saying yes.
Yes, I'm so glad I did. And I had so much fun on following the road trip after your last event. I followed the bus. I have I showed up from a different direction, but I followed the bus back. So how about if a bunch of you guys out there grab a handful of people, jump in the car, and spend the day working on yourself, working on your lives, working on your businesses. And we look forward to seeing you there. So
sounds good.
Let's do this, guys. Talk to you later.
Kim. Bye.
Bye.